Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to bring this Friday, October 13th, 2017 budget presentation to order, 9:30 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. Opportunity for the public to address the board. Okay, Solicitor Frederickson, 2018 tentative budget presentation.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm filling in for Andy Wallace, who's on vacation this week, which is nice.
There you go.
I'm here to read the county budget message for 2018. History does repeat itself, especially as it relates to the operation of the Lackawanna County government in 2007. The policies enacted and actions taken by the commissioners had a significant impact on the area's operating environment. Lackawanna County remains on solid ground thanks to the hard work, wisdom, and insights of many individuals. This gave birth to new innovations and impacted the area's economy and quality of life. Several cost-cutting measures also helped to save money. All this was done by doing more with less. The county's financial stability was fortified through the 2017 bond refunding series, which consolidated debt, saving over $5.2 million. The practice of completing audits on time has continued, enhancing the county's fiscal standing even more. Economic development remained the focal point of the county's goal of creating opportunities, generating commerce for our businesses, and expanding the tax base. The very popular Community Reinvest program continued to transform communities by funding a variety of new ventures. In 2017, 36 projects totaling $363,980 were approved, which changed the landscape up and down the valley. The Land Bank continued to be successful in generating tax revenue. It acquired over 100 properties from the City of Scranton and handled the deed lien work for them for a free and clear resale in an attempt to bring them back on the tax rolls. The side lot program was successful as well, with several property deeds being awarded to homeowners and others to utilize the sites in some unique fashion. The Lackawanna County Government Center project continues to progress. Designs, bids, contracts, and a host of other documents were prepared, paving the way for renovations to begin. The goal is to occupy the building by late 2018, signaling the dawn of a new era for downtown Scranton. The county also took a giant step forward to protect the well-being of all residents against the opioid crisis by filing a lawsuit against the pharmaceutical companies. To further alert the community of the dangers of this epidemic, a PSA video contest was initiated to help spread the word about the evils of this demon. Lackawanna County Courts, the Halls of Justice, for those requiring legal satisfaction, initiated a united case management system to share information between the prison, probation, and other areas as a means of keeping everyone on the same page and preventing the duplication of bookings and other administrative actions. Consolidating central court, administrative functions, and other judiciary departments into a one-stop shop format is still being investigated. This action would, if brought to fruition, streamline the services and save resources. Protecting law enforcement personnel was also done through the approval of equipment and safety grants. The park system is the crown jewel of the county's recreational offerings. This was evidenced by the announcement of the upcoming development of vacant land on the lower end of Lackawanna Avenue into green space called Riverfront Park. The safety of everyone who uses the facilities was kept in mind with the installation of automated external defibrillator monitors, and our arts and culture program remains strong as ever through its grant funding, Art in the Parks Youth Series, and the Arts Engaged initiative. Debt position. While the annual debt service for 2008 was scheduled to increase by more than $21 million, the county was able to garner savings due to refinancing in 2017. The savings from the refinancing allowed the county, without extending the maturity of any of the refinance bonds, to reduce the 2018 debt service by $19.9 million. The county will continue to be diligent when seeking further opportunities to restructure its long-term debt. Financial policies of Lackawanna County for 2018. In 2018, the administration will continue to be conservative and demonstrate fiscal responsibility, restraint, and management when addressing the county's financial challenges. The administration will continue its commitment to addressing the constant changes facing county government on numerous fronts, especially in the area of its workforce. Personnel-related expenses, salaries, wages, and health care comprise 54.1% of the county's general fund budget, net to tax transfers out. Important features of the budget. The 2018 general fund budget includes no property tax increase. Many man-hours went into the preparation of the county's 2018 fiscal blueprint. Its goal is to service to the 214,000 residents. The budget also reflects no cuts in programs or services that our communities and people rely on. The budget also contains provisions for our parks, human service programs, aging initiatives, environment, with spraying for gypsy moths and black flies, along with monitoring of the Zika virus and other elements that matter. We continue to meet the challenges in the ever-changing society by doing more with less in a fiscally responsible manner. Important features of the 2018 budget include: 1, the funding of debt reduction; 2, funding economic development initiatives and infrastructure improvements; and 3, continued funding of the Lackawanna County Library System. It is vital to secure public input into this financial plan. The budget hearings are the perfect venue for the public to provide the commissioners with ideas that can renew and implement, where possible, to cut expenses further and generate additional revenue. The cost to run county government and its various programs is substantial. A prime example is the prison. A great deal of revenue is expended for staff, programs, medical treatment, supplies, and other ancillary services. This is part of our mission, and we will continue to do so as effectively as possible. Reasons for major financial policy, expenditure, and revenue changes from the 2017 budget. Due to continued pressure from the shrinking federal and state funding, collectively bargained wage and benefit increases, and the rising cost of law enforcement, the county's 2018 budget will exceed the 2017 budget. The human services area will continue to be a hallmark of the programs offered in the county government. In addition to human services, emergency response, the court system, and other vital functions will comprise the majority of the county's 2018 expenditures. The 2018 general fund budget totals $123,001,265. The 2018 capital budget totals $18,041,690, which includes $1,250,000 in infrastructure improvement funds to be transferred from the general fund. The 2018 debt service budget totals $19,917,071, and the 2018 special purpose funds budget totals $58,220,316. This budget message is respectfully submitted on this 13th day of October 2017, pursuant to Section 1.12-1203 of the Lackawanna County Home Rule Charter. Commissioners.
Thank you, Don. Opportunity for the public to address the board.
Joan Hodawan, it's 220 Linden Street. I just have one question. You mentioned in the budget message that the 2018 budget exceeds the 2017 budget. By how much?
We'll answer that under Commissioners.
I'm sorry?
We'll answer it under Commissioners' business.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Commissioner Cummings?
Well, thank you everyone for showing up for the budget hearing. Thank you, Commissioner. Thanks everyone for showing up. I'm just going to read my initial statement. Fiscal responsibility continues to be my top priority. Cutting costs, eliminating wasteful spending, doing more with less, and getting the best value for every taxpayer's dollar are the elements that I have advocated for both our current operating environment and inclusion in the county's 2018 budget. I've logged many hours in the preparation of the county's 2018 fiscal plan. I've attended a number of budget hearings with staff and participated in deliberations with my colleagues in our Revenue and Finance Department. This document is the outcome of the 2018 budget process. I want to thank everyone for all their efforts because it's been contentious at times, and it's still not over. I am still reviewing it and meeting with specific departments especially in regard to overtime expenditures that I believe can be significantly reduced to generate further savings for the county. This is one of the goals that I want to achieve, and I believe that it can be accomplished. I encourage the general public to review the union contracts that I've requested to be posted on our website and to offer your constructive comments and insights. It's extremely important that the public is aware of what we're looking at in regards to union contracts and how it's affecting our budgets. I encourage everyone to review the budget, participate in our hearings, and make suggestions that may be of assistance to us. We have the opportunity to do so until it is voted on for approval and implementation. This is your budget, funded by your tax dollars. We are your stewards. Please take the time to look, digest, and offer any constructive advice. Thank you, and I appreciate your time. But I would like to say that I appreciate Joan's question, and it's a good question because that's what I'm concerned about as well. And Commissioner, are you going to respond to her question, or is Tom going to address that?
As soon as we get to.
Okay. You know, we were looking at additional cuts to the tune of, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, almost 10 million were we looking at for cuts to try and balance this budget? Yeah, we're down to two right now for deficit for 2018.
2,336,000.
Yeah, I had requested that all departments give us a 5% decrease across the board in all their departments and give us a budget in regards to that. We're still working with them on that. And the other commissioners had agreed to do that, and I appreciate your support on that. There have been times that I'm extremely frustrated with the fact that there are negotiations that I have no control over, and the fact that I can't really talk about it. So please read the union contracts posted on our website. I'm hoping they are there. I don't know if they're there yet, but they are the ones that are currently in effect, and I think you'll get an idea of why I am so frustrated at times. Our departments have, cut everywhere they can. Our finance department has helped us tremendously. I thank you so much for your work. And Kevin Mitchell is new to this job, and he did an excellent job. So thank you, Kevin, for your work on that. And as always, Tom, you're a stalwart on this, and I appreciate the work that you've done. I hope that we can remain without a tax increase. But I have to say, it's going to be difficult in the next 2 or 3 years. And we're going to do the best that we can, but, I'm hoping that we can make it through without having to look at that area. We did this year, and it's still not over. We're still trying to cut more areas in different areas, but, I always want to make sure that I'm upfront with the public, and that's basically where we're at. We're still looking at more cuts, and depending on how our negotiations come out with the next 4 contracts that we have, we may be looking at a different scenario next year, and I want to make sure that the public is prepared for that. Otherwise, I thank everyone for all their work and my fellow commissioners for all their work, and hopefully we'll be able to get this done by December 15th, the last day.
We're going to be our first vote will be November 15th. Our second vote would probably be the first meeting in December to ratify it. But we have beyond that. But we're going to work to get everything done.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Thank you.
Mr. Durkin, would you like to answer Joan Hwanis' question?
Certainly. This is actually a little bit complex, but the reality is the 2018 budget exceeds exceeds the 2017 budget by $1,701,513. If you look at the last page of the general fund budget, it appears to be more than that, because the budget in 2017 totaled $106 million and change. The budget in 2018, it totals $123 million. The reason for the large difference is the 2018 budget includes transfers from the general fund to the debt service fund that we hadn't budgeted in the past. We still made the transfers, but we showed in the general fund budget the net tax revenue that came into the general fund. The reality is the debt service millage is distributed to the general fund and then out of the general fund as transfers. It happened the same way in 2017, 16, and many years going back. It's just that we've changed the way that we show that now. We're actually budgeting the gross revenue that comes into the general fund and then budgeting the transfers out to the debt service fund. So there's a $17 million set of transfers that's in the general fund in 2018 that wasn't there because we just showed it net in the millage in 2017. So the reality is if you strip that $17 million in transfers out, the difference is an increase of $1,701,513. If you need more explanation, I'll be happy to explain further. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 budget is a work in progress right now, and the first reading and vote will be on Wednesday, November 15th, and by then we will be at a zero, so we will not have an increase this coming year. But we will be working very hard, very diligently over the next month and so many days to make sure that that happens. I'd like to thank Kevin Mitchell, who's been here for many years, but in a new title, and Tom Durkin, our Chief Financial Officer, for being here, the great work they do. All of our department heads, deputy directors, everyone that's been involved in trying to find ways to save money, it really matters. You know, we have our audits done on time. We have an A-stable bond rating. We have a lot of great things to be happy about. The county's doing a great job. Our pensions are in good condition, and there's just a lot of work. It's just like a family's household budget. You have to make cuts. You got to figure out where we're going to work to make it happen. So we're going to be working to put this all together, and we'll be bringing it back to you on November 15th. So just like to thank everyone for their job, their time, and the hard work that they put in.
And Commissioners, we just want to announce that the Board of Commissioners will be holding public budget hearings on Thursday, November the 2nd. The first one will be at 10:30 a.m. here at the Commissioners' Conference Room. The second one will be at 12:30 at the p.m. at the Moscow Borough Building. The third one will be at 3 p.m. at the Oliphant Borough Building. And the final one will be at 6 p.m. at the Scott Township Building. And that is on Thursday, November the 2nd.
They're all scheduled for the same day?
Yes,
Spread out.
spread them out. I don't know.
Is that set in stone? Can we change that? Because that,
I probably could be. I think it was it advertised, Tracy, or? Yeah, it was already advertised. Yeah, it was already advertised in the paper, so.
didn't we do 2 at night last year?
I forget. We can talk about it after.
Okay.
Okay. thank
Okay,
you.
anything else? Commissioner Cummings?
No, I just, I think that looking at this budget, people are going to realize this is one of the other reasons that we all, as the 3 commissioners know, there is no money to pay for anything other than what we're budgeting for. I mean, everybody's saying use your surplus for the reassessment. We can't. There's not going to be one. It's going to dwindle down as the years go by. And it's not going to be there to use for anything, let alone a reassessment. So there will be, like that video said, if necessary, we'll take a loan out. No, it is necessary. There is no other choice if a reassessment is done but to borrow the money, period. And, you know, I've been looking at these numbers, both commissioners have been looking at these numbers, and everyone knows that that's the case. So to even suggest that there was some type of surplus of money that we can utilize for a reassessment is just being ignorant to the facts of our budget. So that's just, I just want to make sure that the public understands there is no money to use towards any larger expenditure at this time. And that's the bottom line.
I'll add on to that. If we go below a certain amount with the fund balance, we'll lose our A-stable bond rating.
Yes,
And our financial situation that we're very happy with right now could be destroyed.
yes.
And that's something the county cannot let happen. no matter what happens. And the other thing is, Commissioner Cummings already brought it up, and we are trying to work with our unions because there's always an option. There can always be a situation with binding arbitration, and you have no idea what's going to happen in that type of circumstance. So we're trying to work as hard as we possibly can. We are the stewards of the 214,000, the citizens of Lackawanna County, and we're trying to make sure that their money is utilized properly at all times. So.
Yeah, that's a difficult one, though. And overtime is a huge issue in regards to some of the budgets that we have that we're trying to work on now.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thanks for
you.
coming out.